Spring is here, and the deals are hotter than ever at Shack Shop. Turn heads with stunning bikinis, now on sale. Explore the deep with cutting-edge underwater drones. Gear up for adventure with durable tents for every trip. Ride into spring with unbeatable deals on bikes. Fresh styles, women's fashion, and must-have looks, all discounted. Don't miss the Shack Shop Spring Fling Sale. These prices won't last. Shop now and make this spring unforgettable, only at Shack Shop.
Shannon Elizabeth reinvents herself at 52, from Hollywood stardom to OnlyFans independence. More than 25 years after she first captured global attention, Shannon Elizabeth is once again stepping into the spotlight, this time on her own terms. Known for her unforgettable breakout role in American Pie, Elizabeth has announced a surprising yet increasingly common move among public figures. She is launching an OnlyFans account. For some, the decision may seem unexpected, but for Elizabeth, it represents something much deeper than a career pivot. It's about reclaiming authorship over her identity, reconnecting with audiences directly, and embracing a new era of creative and personal independence. This is not simply a story about a celebrity joining a platform. It's a story about transformation, reflection, and control in an industry that has long dictated how stars are seen and remembered. A career that began with a cultural moment. When American Pie premiered in 1999, it quickly became one of the defining comedies of its generation. The film's bold humor, coming-of-age themes, and memorable characters turned it into a cultural phenomenon almost overnight. At the center of that impact was Elizabeth's portrayal of Nadia, a foreign exchange student whose storyline became one of the most talked-about elements of the film. Acting alongside Jason Biggs, Alyson Hannigan, Seann William Scott, and Eugene Levy, Elizabeth quickly rose from relative obscurity to international recognition. Her performance was brief in screen time, but enormous in cultural impact. The role placed her squarely in the public eye and almost instantly positioned her as one of the most recognizable faces of late 90s pop culture. But with that recognition came something else, a label that would follow her for years: the birth of a sex symbol. After American Pie, Elizabeth was widely regarded as a sex symbol. Magazine covers, interviews, and public appearances often leaned heavily into that image, reinforcing a perception that quickly became difficult to separate from her actual identity. At the time, this type of branding was common in Hollywood. Actors, particularly women, were often categorized based on a single role or defining moment. For Elizabeth, that moment came early, and it stuck. She later reflected that her willingness to take on a bold scene in the film played a major role in launching her career. Opportunities followed, and she appeared in a variety of projects, including comedies, horror films, and ensemble casts. Yet even as her filmography expanded, the shadow of her breakout role remained. Beyond the headlines, the real person behind the persona. While audiences saw confidence and sensuality on screen, Elizabeth has repeatedly shared that her real-life personality is quite different. In interviews over the years, she has emphasized that the characters she portrayed were performances, not reflections of who she was privately. This disconnect created a kind of dual identity: the public figure shaped by media and roles, and the private individual who felt misunderstood. She has described herself as someone who is naturally reserved, even modest. The idea that she was constantly associated with bold or provocative imagery didn't align with her own sense of self. This gap between perception and reality is something many actors experience, but for Elizabeth, it became a defining aspect of her career. Hollywood then versus now. To understand Elizabeth's current decision, it helps to look at the broader context of Hollywood during the late 1990s and early 2000s. At that time, the industry operated under a more centralized system of control. Studios, producers, and media outlets played a major role in shaping an actor's image. Social media didn't exist in its current form, and direct communication between celebrities and fans was limited. Actors often had little say in how they were marketed or perceived. Once a narrative took hold, it was difficult to change. Fast forward to today, and the landscape is dramatically different. Platforms like OnlyFans, YouTube, Instagram, and others have shifted power away from traditional gatekeepers and toward individual creators. Celebrities can now speak directly to their audiences, share content on their own terms, and redefine their public image without relying on studios or press outlets. For Elizabeth, this shift represents an opportunity. Why OnlyFans? Elizabeth has explained that her decision to join OnlyFans is rooted in autonomy. The platform allows her to control what she shares, how she shares it, and who she shares it with. Unlike traditional media, where narratives are often filtered through multiple layers, OnlyFans offers a direct line between creator and audience. This level of control is something Elizabeth says she never fully had during her early career. She views the platform not just as a content space, but as a tool for empowerment, one that enables her to explore different aspects of herself while maintaining ownership over her image. Importantly, she has also expressed that this move is about freedom. Freedom to create, to connect, and to evolve without the constraints that once defined her career. Redefining what sexy means. One of the most interesting aspects of Elizabeth's decision is how it reframes the concept of sexuality in entertainment.
In the past, her image as a sex symbol was largely shaped by others. Now she has the ability to define what that means for herself. This shift from being portrayed as something to actively choosing how to present oneself is significant. It reflects a broader cultural movement in which individuals are reclaiming agency over their identities. For Elizabeth, embracing a more confident and expressive side isn't about returning to her past, it's about redefining it. A new kind of fan connection. Another key element of Elizabeth's decision is the opportunity to build a more personal relationship with her audience. Traditional celebrity culture often creates distance between stars and fans. Interviews are curated, appearances are controlled, and interactions are limited. OnlyFans changes that dynamic by offering a more direct and interactive experience. Creators can engage with their audience in real time, respond to messages, and share content that feels more authentic. Elizabeth has noted that this kind of connection is something she values deeply. After years of being seen through the lens of media narratives, she now has the chance to communicate directly with the people who have supported her career. The legacy of American Pie. Despite the many changes in her career, one thing remains constant: the impact of American Pie. Elizabeth has acknowledged that the film was a turning point in her life. It opened doors, created opportunities, and introduced her to a global audience. At the same time, it also shaped how she was perceived, sometimes in ways that didn't align with her true self. Today, she looks back on the experience with a mix of gratitude and reflection. While the role defined a certain era of her life, it does not define who she is today. A broader trend in entertainment. Elizabeth's move is part of a larger trend in which celebrities are exploring new ways to connect with audiences and monetize their work. In recent years, many public figures have turned to subscription-based platforms to share exclusive content, build communities, and gain greater control over their careers. This shift reflects a changing entertainment landscape, one that values authenticity, independence, and direct engagement. For some, it's a way to supplement traditional careers. For others, it's a complete reinvention. For Elizabeth, it appears to be both. Reinvention at any age. Perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of this story is the message it sends about reinvention. At 52, Elizabeth is not slowing down or fading into the background. Instead, she is actively redefining her career and exploring new opportunities. This challenges long-standing assumptions about age and relevance in Hollywood, particularly for women. Her decision demonstrates that it's never too late to take control, try something new, and reshape your narrative. Looking ahead, as Elizabeth steps into this new chapter, the focus is not on what she was, but on what she is becoming. Her journey from Hollywood starlet to independent creator highlights the evolving nature of fame, identity, and success. It also raises important questions about the future of entertainment. Who controls the narrative? Who decides what an image means? And how can individuals reclaim ownership of their stories? For Elizabeth, the answer is clear. She's choosing to write her own. Final thoughts. Shannon Elizabeth's decision to join OnlyFans is more than a headline. It's a reflection of a broader cultural shift. It's about autonomy over image, authenticity over perception, and connection over control. From her breakout role in American Pie to her current evolution, Elizabeth's story is one of transformation, resilience, and reinvention. And as the entertainment industry continues to change, her journey may serve as a blueprint for others looking to take control of their own narratives, no matter where they started.